Hello friends, in today's video we shall see about import quotas and tariffs. Import quota means a limit or a restriction is imposed on the quantity or the volume of good that can be imported. Tariff, on the other hand, is the imposition of a tax on an imported product. Domestic consumers in a country will want to import a product when the global price or the world price of that product is lower than the equilibrium price in the domestic market. Now, when we say equilibrium price in the domestic market, it means that in the domestic market, when the demand for and supply of that particular product is equal, we get the equilibrium quantity and the equilibrium price. So, the domestic consumers compare that equilibrium price in their domestic market with that of the global price of that same product. And if the consumers find that the domestic price is higher than the global price or the world price, or say in other words, if the consumers find that the global price of that product is lesser than the equilibrium price in the domestic market, consumers will obviously want to purchase that product where it is sold at a lower price. And so in this case, consumers will obviously import that product from foreign market. But when this happens, it has adverse impacts on the domestic producers. Domestic producers would have already produced its output in order to meet the domestic demand. But when the domestic consumers see that the global price is much lower than the domestic price and the domestic consumers start importing the product, the already produced product by the domestic producers will not be sold in the market. So the producers will be in loss, as well as they will not be able to cover the cost of production as well. Also, if the domestic consumers had purchased that product from the domestic market itself, then the money would have stayed inside the domestic country itself. But since import of the product is taking place, there is outflow of money to other countries. All this adversely affects the domestic producers of that product as well as the domestic nation, which is why many countries use import quotas and tariffs to avoid these issues and also to enable firms in the domestic industry to enjoy higher profits.